What is going on, comic book fans? Welcome back to Bruce and Stephanie Comics. My name is Bruce, and it is Tuesday. A fabulous Tuesday, the day after my birthday, and we are talking about comic book speculation recommendations. That's right, the video where we look off into the future at Final Order Caught Up in New Comic Book Day of next week. That's right, guys, we look into the future so that way you guys have enough time to put in your pre-orders for your Final Order Cut Off books, and to also to reach out to your local LCS and tell them, hey, I was watching Bruce and Stephanie Comics comic book speculation recommendation show. I like what he had to say. I did my own research, and I would like to pick up a couple extra copies of these books because I would like to start and make this hobby fund its goddamn self. All right, guys, with the intro out of the way, let's jump into my two reminders. And the first one will always be do your own research, because I'm gonna suggest some books to you guys today that I think has some pretty good spec behind it. But what is spec? What is speculation? Well, speculation is educated guesses. That's right, guys. I use my knowledge each and every single week to make some guesses on some books that I think might be profitable in the future. So what I want you to do is to take my guesses and to go do your own research. You should go check out the comic book YouTubers you trust, other comic book websites that you trust, and other comic book apps that you trust. Gather the most information possible so that way you guys can make the best decisions possible for yourself. Because remember, you guys are spending your own hard-earned money on these books, so do your own research. Alright, guys, my second reminder is that sometimes there are delays with both books on FOC and New Comic Book Day. There's a variety of reasons why books are delayed, but sometimes I will speak about a book multiple times on FOC. You're like, Bruce, you spoke about it 2 or 3 times. I'll be like, I know, because that book is being delayed for various reasons, and the same thing for New Comic Book Day. It is just being delayed, so it will show up multiple times, and I just want to keep reminding you that this book is coming, so that's why I tell you. Alright, guys, just keep that in mind. Sometimes there are delays. With the intro and my reminders out of the way, let's jump into my Final Order cutoff picks for October 24th for your DC books and October 25th for your Marvel and Indies. Alright, guys, let's kick off my Final Order cutoff picks with my cover lovers. That's right, this section is for anyone who's really into amazing art on the cover of a comic book. And the first book that we're going to suggest to you guys is Wonder Woman Black and Gold number 6, the 1 in 25. This is done by David Nakayama, and it is absolutely a home freaking run. It is sexy, it is gorgeous, and David Nakayama has done some amazing covers for Marvel recently, and I'm glad to see him doing some covers for DC. Hopefully I see some more in the future, but this one with Wonder Woman is truly freaking epic. All right, guys, and the next cover that I want to talk to you guys about is Fantastic Four Life Story number 5 of 6. This is just the cover A, done by Daniel Asuna. It is freaking awesome, and it's just a cover A, which does mean there'll probably be a bunch ordered of this cover. But how cool is this cover featuring Galactus? It is epic. So freaking cool. Daniel Asuna, you crushed this book, and it is literally one of the best covers on FOC this upcoming week. So my two covers that I want to suggest to you guys are Wonder Woman Black and Gold number 6, the 1 in 25, and also just this Fantastic Four Life Story number 5, the A cover. How many A covers do I get to talk about? Not many. All right, guys, I'm gonna jump into the spec for FOC this week, and we're gonna cover every single book that has even the smallest bit of spec on it. All right, guys, I have a challenge for you guys. How many books on FOC have speculation? Make a guess, pause the video, put it down in the comment, and then start this video again, and then go back down and tell me if you were right or you were wrong. All right, guys, let's go over these books real quick. So the first book up is Batman number 117. This solicitation says, the Seer, the anti-Oracle, is revealed in this issue. Next book, Batman Secret Files, The Gardener number 1, the origin of the Gardener, Bella Garten, and origin of Poison Ivy. This is probably a retelling of her origin story. Next up, we have Nice House on the Lake number 6. This is the halfway point of the series. That's right, this is a 12-issue maxi series. And this title will be on hiatus until March of 2022. Next up, another DC book with Robin's number 1. This is the first appearance of a female Robin who claimed to have been their first protege of Batman. And also, this is the team up of heroes that held the Robin mantle. So you have Nightwing, Red Hood, Tim Drake, Spoiler, and Damian Wayne. I am definitely picking this book up. I'm super pumped for it. Next up, we have a book that was on last week's FOC. So again, delays. This is Wonder Woman Historia, the Amazons number 1. This is the origin of the Amazons and a retelling of the origins of Wonder Woman. Next up, we have Death of Doctor Strange, White Box number 1. This is the origin of White Box. Last book on FOC, which is the 7th book. So if you guessed 7, you are correct. This is Gunslinger Spawn number 2, and this is Gunslinger Spawn versus a vampire cult. Is that really spec? I don't know. That's kind of lame in my opinion, but Key Collector has it as spec. All right, guys, there are 2 books from the 7 that I would like to talk about a little more. And the first book up is Nice House on the Lake number 6. Now, this is the halfway point of the series, and this book has not been officially optioned yet. But come on, if you guys are reading this series, you can tell this would be an amazing series on HBO Max or a streaming service like Netflix. It just screams an amazing TV series. Yes, it would be a big budget because the visual effects would need to be large, but oh my God, I think this series will be picked up in the future. And you know, this is the natural halfway point. If they are going to take a break, I think something big is going to happen to be a nice cliffhanger, which would be the wrap up of season 1 of the said TV series. And then they'll pick it up in the second part of the series with issue number 7, which would be like a natural starting point for season 2. Those are my guesses. This is, again, speculation. This is my spec behind why to pick up Nice House on the Lake issue number 6. All right, guys, the second book that I would like to talk a little more about is Robin's number 1. Now, why is that? Well, there is a new Robin being introduced that says they are the first ever Robin. Wait, isn't Dick Grayson the first Robin? Well, if they're going to introduce a new character that's possibly the first Robin, that could be pretty freaking cool. It'd be a big moment for DC Comics and in the Bat family. And I think that's super cool. I also think having all the Robins together in a book just sounds freaking awesome. So I'm going to pick a couple extra copies of this book just in case there is a new Robin being introduced who is a female Robin and she was the first Robin. If that's true, that's going to be huge and I cannot wait to read that book. So guys, the 2 books that I suggest considering to pick up a couple extra copies just as a reminder is Nice House on the Lake number 6 and Robin's number 1. Alright guys, it is time to jump into my new comic book day spec for October 27th of 2021. Guys, there were 34 books on the Key Collector app that have speculation, 7 first appearances, 13 new indies that are number 1s, and also 7 books that were just for my cover lovers. And we're going to go over the books that I think have cover lover potential that I think you guys should pick up first. All right, I've spoken about this book so many times, I'm just gonna glaze over it really quick. Spawn number 323, the C cover, which is featuring the clown with the kids trick-or-treating that are Batman, Wonder Woman, and Captain America. Come on, I've said it so many times on this channel. If you're not new to this channel, then you already know. So I'm not gonna speak about it anymore. Spawn number 323. Next up, we have Wonder Girl number 4. I spoke about this when it was on FOC. This B cover done by Jamal Campbell is amazing. I am a huge fan of Yara Flor. I think this character has legs and I think in the future she could do so much. And these covers are just so stunning, you need to be picking them up. So that is Wonder Girl number 4, the B cover done by Jamal Campbell. Jamal, man, you are crushing this game. Alright guys, and the last cover that I want to talk to you guys about is Wonder Woman Black and Gold number 5, the 1 in 25, done by Rose Besh. I talked about this cover when it was on FOC. It is back, finally coming out next week on New Comic Book Day. I haven't picked myself up a copy of this yet, but I think I'm going to pull the trigger. I really do, because this Rose Besh cover with Wonder Woman, she's thick. She's just looks freaking amazing. The colors on these Rose Besh covers are just so freaking stunning. Black and Gold, Wonder Woman number 5, pick this book up. I really do think this cover has legs. It's just freaking awesome. Those are my 3 cover lover books. Spawn number 323, Wonder Girl number 4, the B cover, and also Wonder Woman Black and Gold number 5, the 1 in 25. Now, from the 34 books on Key Collector app that have spec for next week, which is October 27th of 2021, I think there are 2 books, 2 of the 34 that you guys should consider picking up a couple extra copies to, to make this hobby fund its goddamn self, because we spend so much money on comic books each and every single week. And the first one up is Black Widow number 12. This is the first appearance of a new villain described as a haunting figure from Natasha's past and the only man she fears. Alright guys, I do have a cool idea that is MCU related that could deal with this character in the future. A little bit of a stretch, but that's what we gotta do when you speculate. You make educated guesses. So we know that Black Widow is dead within the MCU and Yelena Belova is going to be taking over her mantle. Maybe she stays a White Widow, but she's still going to be that female assassin character in the MCU. Well, what if we have a movie that a character from Natasha's past comes to the future and tries to take out anyone who was attached to Natasha, and that it would be Yelena, and Yelena has to fight that character. And we would also give us a chance to have ScarJo come back and do some flashbacks, So that is my idea. It's a little bit of a stretch, but Black Widow number 12, new villain coming in for Natasha. That's my idea. What do you guys think? Is it a stretch? Let me know down in the comments. Alright guys, the second and final book that I want to talk to you guys about on my new comic book day spec list is The Magic Order Volume 2 #1. Now, why is this important? Well, The Magic Order is being produced by Netflix right now, because remember, Mark Millar and Netflix signed that deal, so it's being produced right now. And they're going to use that first series as basically a script or an outline for season #1. What if this series is popular? They're going to need a second season script. So basically, I'm thinking that this second series, this volume 2 of The Magic Order, could basically just be the script for season 2. And so if this series is really popular, you want to have those first appearances in that first issue of volume 2. You know, you guys agree with me? Magic Order, are you guys pumped for this series? I think Mark Millar is a decent writer. I love Magic Order Volume 1, and I think Volume 2 is going to be fantastic. I'm also a sucker for wizards. I love Harry Potter, and I love The Magic Order. Alright guys, that wraps up this comic book speculation recommendations. I hope you guys really enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to leave a comment. Also, if I missed a book that you think I definitely should have spoke about in today's video, either for FOC or New Comic Book Day Spec, guys, let me know down in the comments below. I am only human. I would love to hear what you guys have to think. So always leave a comment if you guys have the time. Guys, thank you guys so much. If you guys are not subscribed to the channel, consider getting yourself subscribed. Hit that bell for notifications and smash that like button. Alright guys, thank you guys so much. And guys, Holiday Vlog is back. It will be back this Thursday. I'm getting my first package from mycomicshop.com, which will have my first 2 weeks of books from October. Alright guys, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace!